So far we cover string class, string buffer class. Here is a new concept of string builder class. So we have a string class, we have a string buffer class. So why we need string buffer builder class? Because in case of string buffer, all the method so far we have discussed around 9 method almost we cover, and some other method also are available. Every method present inside the string buffer is synchronized. That means only one thread at a time can access this method, not multiple thread will access this method. What does it mean actually? It means that, for example, so I have created a string by using string buffer class. SB is a reference variable which is pointing to this object, and at a time only one thread can change this content, not more than 10. So when the first thread is complete his work, then second thread will be going to modify this existing object. So the thread concept is new, we will cover when we will discuss about the thread. It will be more it will be very clear to you after the discussion of thread concept. So right now keep that in mind that every method in string buffer is synchronized. That means only one thread allowed to access at a time. So in Java we have a string class, just string class. I have just changed or edit the name string buffer class, and if I change this to string builder, and all the method which are synchronized in string buffer, if I make it non synchronized, then we will apply all the method of string buffer class. That means all the method which are available in string buffer class, which also available in string builder class. So why we go for the string builder? Because sometimes it needed to protect some content, we use the string buffer class, but sometimes if I want to frequently access more than one thread at a time to a particular object, then we will go for the string buffer class. So all methods are present, so all the facilities are already available in string builder class. So when we need to protect by using synchronization, or if I want to synchronize those methods, we will go for the string buffer, and if I want the non synchronized method, then we will go for the string builder. So what is the difference between the string builder and string buffer? So I will discuss this difference one by one. The first difference is, this is the important difference, the first one. Most of the method present inside the string buffer are synchronized. This term is very important. All the method present in string buffer is synchronized, but no method present inside the string buffer is synchronized. So there is no method in string builder which is synchronized method. So there is no synchronized method in string builder, but in case of string buffer all the method are synchronized. The second one, what does it mean actually? In second one, at a time only one thread is allowed to operate on string buffer object and it is thread safe. It means it is thread safe. But in case of string builder, at a time multiple threads are allowed to operate on string builder object. So here at a time only one thread allowed to operate, here multiple threads are allowed to operate on string builder object. That means it is not thread safe. So string buffer is thread safe. This term is very important and it is not thread safe, not thread safe, not thread safe. Threads, in case of string buffer, threads are required to wait to operate on string buffer object. So that means one by one can access the synchronized method. So relatively the performance is very low in case of string buffer. But since here all the multiple threads are going to access at a time, so threads are not required to wait to operate on string builder object. Hence relatively performance is very high. So in case of string buffer, performance is relatively low, but in case of string builder, performance is high, and it is introduced in lower version, but string builder is introduced in Java 1.5 version. So these are the most important difference between the string buffer and string builder class. String buffer, all the methods are synchronized, but in case of string builder, all the methods are not non-synchronized method. In case of string buffer, at a time only one thread can access, so that means it is thread safe. But in case of string builder, at a time multiple thread can access, so that means it is not thread safe. A performance relatively low because every thread has to wait to access the string buffer object. Here the performance is very high compared to string buffer, and it is introduced in lower version in case of string buffer, but string builder introduced in Java 1.5 version. That is all about the differences. So in this string chapter I have covered how to create a string, what are the important methods available in string, what are the constructor available in string, why string buffer is required, what is mutability, what is immutability in case of string and string buffer. I discuss all those things. I have also covered some important method of string buffer, and lastly we cover string builder. String builder is nothing, just we change the name of string buffer to string builder, and all the methods are synchronized to non-synchronized. So that means all the methods are available in string buffer, also available in string builder, and there is a difference between the string buffer and string builder. So that's all about the string. Thank you.